G'day everyone, welcome back to Steve's Place Down Under. Today we're going to try and drive this 1924 Mercedes out of here. For those of you who didn't see it start, go back to the first episode where we started it, and then this one will make more sense. First we've got to pump the tyre up. We had it going last week, so it's not a will it start. Got to put the fuel tank drum back on it and put some batteries in it, and it should be right to go. We may have to tow it out of here with a tractor though, so it's pretty wet here today. We've had a lot of rain. But once we get it moving, I think it'll be fine to take for a drive. So, well, first we'll pump the tyre up. The compressor's going to be fairly noisy, but it is what it is. I'll just try and use what air's in the tank first. Put about 80 pound in this. I don't like going much more when they're not hauling loads. Got about 75 psi in that front tyre. I don't want to go any more because they're old and it's a little bit dangerous, to be honest, because I can't see the whole thing. It's all covered in weeds. We're going to put the fuel tank on now and some batteries, and we'll just check the engine over again and see if she comes out of there. I will explain something. People in the comments sort of making a bit of fun of me for saying 1924. Come around here. 1924 does not mean the year for those blokes who into me about that. You probably should think about what you say before you do comment. 19 means the carrying capacity of the truck. 24 means 240 horsepower. Trucks in 1924 did not look like this when the typical family car was a Model T Ford in 1924. So that's not what it means for those blokes who give me shit about that. It is a 1924 Mercedes Benz. That's not the year model. Okay. Now we've got that clear, for those of you who haven't seen last episode, and I suggest you go back and watch, we've got to pull the sender unit and the pickup out of the fuel tank. Pull the fuel sender out of the tank. This has actually got the gauge and the pickup spear in it. The reason we run it off this, because this actually broke off the tank and it's filled with water. So I just shove that into a 20 litre drum and run her off that. Just going to put this spear in this 20 litre drum. Don't want to spill any because it's so expensive. I'll just block it off with this bit of cloth here. It's not worth cleaning that tank out just to have a bit of fun with it. It's something you do if you're going to use it, but hopefully that'll sit there. If we do get it to move, it'll stay there. Next thing I'm going to do is get some batteries. 2 batteries, it's 24 volt. Okay, I've only got 1 pair of vice grips and there's 4 connections here. See how I don't want to have to duck up to the shed while we're live streaming because it'll be a lot of dead content there. It is in the morning here, that's why I'm not having a bottle of beer. Plenty to come later, I hope. I think I drank it all last night actually.
I was just going to say the carton I bought last night, it's all gone.
I don't know what, I must have fell over. These 24 volt systems draw a lot of amps when you hit the starter, so it does wreck your batteries if you're using shit connections like I am here. So one of these girls here can tell me which one sparks when I hit her. Hit the starter. I'll just hit the starter and check it before we check the engine over. Watch for sparks, Joe.
Yeah.
This one.
No, the first one I
All the bolts are completely had it on those connections. Fuck me. Okay, she's going to go. Well, we'll check the engine over. Got to get out of the bush here. Okay, for those of you watching this episode, I am talking a little bit different because we're live streaming as well. Here's you show we're actually live streaming. She should be still right. We only ran her for a couple of minutes last week. She was good on oil last week. I'll check it again. She's spot on. You see the line. It's 3 mil above the level. Okay, she should actually fire straight up. I'll give her a go. I did after 6 years, so a week's not going to change it, I don't think. Right? Okay, we're going to give her a go. As I said, the ground's wet underneath, but pretty good out here. Just around that corner there, it's wet too, but we'll see what happens. If not, I'll get one of the tractors going and pull her out. Close, but just too wet, I think. I'll have to get a tractor and just help it. That only needs to go that far, but it's on sort of sunk in a hole after all the rain we've had. So try and fire that tractor up. There's one sitting there. Just give it a little help. You filming? Get the old Centauro going here, she'll pull her out. Starter's fucking had it on this thing. battery's dead or the starter's at it. Oh, there goes that air leak. Oh man. Are there any more tractors sitting here that go? So sick of shit boxes. It'll move. Dad's turned up, he's going to drive the tractor. the brakes are locked on. The wheels are spinning, but I don't know why. I don't know if it's getting air or not. Get something's happened to it. See if I've got a hammer in the car. There's no air going to the maxi brakes for some reason, and it was moving good before. That's why. She's blowing that off, and I don't know why it's not leaking though. Maybe that's what blew out before. Let's see if that leaks when brakes are off. Just undoing this line to see if there's a signal to the relay valve here. I don't know why it stopped working in the time that we got the tractor going to now. We get a pair of fucking grips. There's air going to that. I don't know why it's not opening that valve. It's just a signal line for those who don't know. The air supply off the main tank comes in the bottom of it. When it gets a signal, it sends the air to both those emergency side of the boosters. To see if I've got something to undo that with. There was a bang when we were trying to start the tractor, if you've heard it. I'd say it was that hose blowing off. Thought that may have happened. We've got very limited tools down here. Get that old bit of hose out of that clamp. Fine threaded bolts. Thought I had a hacksaw, but hose is nearly smaller than the barb. He's gone on enough, I think, but just to get the video done. It's on the other side of the barb at least. Fairly shiny that, it's one of the probably the flashiest part on her. Okay, we'll give her a go.
Reckon?
Huh?
Reckon?
Oh, I don't know. So for those of you who didn't see last week, it's only got one tyre. A wheel was pinched off this for something else, and the inside one's off the bead there too. So it's got absolutely no traction at all on this wet ground. So it should be out on dry enough stuff now to see if it moves. We'll give her another go.
There she goes.
Park brake doesn't work on the rear axle, so it's just sitting there and can't split the transmission. That's why I ground that, because you're changing full gears, and with a 6-speed they're so far apart, sort of need that momentum to change the next one. guides have been in it.
Oh, this is mank.
Try and film live. This is a different episode because we're filming live every month. Try and drive the thing and film at the same time. Try and get a couple of gears in it.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's shaking me. Sorry about the footage.
Okay, we just pulled up here. Let my wife out so she can film it come past again. Last episode I said all the bushes were good, but I just noticed that these ones here, all the rubber's perished out of those, and the steel parts just rusted through, so that'd be all available if we did want to put it back on the road. It's not a bad truck, the chassis is really good in it. No noise in the running gear, you can hear the engine's just perfect. Big solid diff, planetary hubs. ZF's really smooth in it, it just needs that splitter fixing so it's not too far between gears. Like the old 5-speed max and that, you've got to wait a long time, and you, especially from first to second, then you lose that momentum to change gears. From second up, you're not too bad because you're moving pretty fast, well, a lot quicker then, so it is hard to drive down in those lower gears. If you could split it and gradually bring it up through the ranges, and it should be right then. I'd never even looked at it, it could be a simple problem. Electric over air, I think. Makes me want to drive it on the road, but I haven't got access to a cab, nor do I own it. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me putting a cab on it. All right, everyone, hope you enjoyed that episode. It was a bit different because we were live streaming as well, so some of the talking I was doing may not have made sense, but that was for the other camera also. So you've seen how it moved, you've seen it drive. You want to see any more with it, we can certainly do that if we get time, but we have been working on the tractors, but again, we can't. We're waiting on parts, so we thought we'd do another episode on this to keep the filming rolling. So thanks to everyone for watching, subscribing. The Patreon members, it's just magnificent. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and thanks again, everyone.